Galera, eu vou botar pra vocês agora com a live do Vampyr aí, tá? Seja todo bem-vindo à live pro YouTube pela Twitch aí. Legal o filme lá, eu assisti. Dá pra ter colocado a menina do Once Upon a Time. Aqui, ó. A Ariel ficava perfeita. É, mas ela é idêntica com o rosto dela. Não lembro o nome dessa atriz, depois eu vou ver o nome dela lá pra você. Aí vem o Crepúsculo pra você de novo aí, vamos fazer eu continuar a fazer a saga do Crepúsculo, eu tava vendo aí, meu amigo. Aí você vai lá no cinema assistir lá. Vai continuar. E no final acho que não fizeram o acordo lá com os lobisomens lá com os vampiros, acho que foi o acordo, não me lembro o último filme. Eu vou até pegar pra assistir tudo de novo isso aí pro Mr. Mal, pra relembrar tudo isso aí.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a
Pode ter uma trégua lá,
We
mano.
all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one
Passou o
else
cabrito aí.
attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question
Chamou o Nikita aí, Di? Chamou?
Mr. Jonathan. All I
Chamou o
can
Nikita pra entrar pra ver se
is
consegue
that we
resolver o
missed you
problema
a
aí?
great deal during these difficult days.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir, so my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan, but please return as soon as possible.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Esse cara é 24 horas lá, mano. Fazendo um live. O cara tá tão branquinho, não toma nem sol, pode ver lá.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me.
Qualquer porcaria ele ficar jogando lá, Mr. Só pra agradar o público dele, eu já vi essa malandragem dele.
And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died.
Ele lá na
I'm
escala,
London's
Mr. Mal.
lone gourmet.
London's Lone
É,
Gourmet.
também.
What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Você pegou esse jogo pra jogar lá na Epic Game lá, ou tô jogando aqui fazendo live aqui, ou Mr. Mal de graça, lá o Vampyr?
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and
Hey?
sociable fellow.
I'm
Ih,
afraid the
rapaz,
real
cara,
hedonist
pra ter
has to be
pegado, mano. O
sometimes.
jogo é
I
massa.
discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't
O jogo é pro capítulo. Acho que eu tô no capítulo 4 ou 5, eu já nem lembro mais aqui. Bonito ele, é bonito ele. Eu gostei. Tanto tempo eu tinha ele aí, tanto tempo pra fazer live dele. fiz pra Julie Coach, aí tem canal no YouTube aí, a Julinha. O Jonas tem esse jogo, falei pra ele jogar lá, ele falou que ia jogar, quero ver fazer live lá. Jonas? E ele comprou esse jogo quando lançou lá, eu não comprei quando lançou ele. Era caro?
Remember, don't let any strangers come into your
Eu
house.
falei pra ele, vai já fazer live lá, depois ele falou que ia fazer lá.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently? Remember,
Aqui eu não sei se tá platinado, dá uma olhada lá pra ver se ele platinou. Não vi não. Ele comprou, acho que na Steam esse jogo ele comprou. Tá caro na Steam, tá 50 conto lá, mano. É, mas o jogo já passou uns anos que lançou ele, filho. É pra tá baratinho pra galera aí.
Standing right now.
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
Se o seu amigo tá
The
por
Ascalon
imposto aí, você tá
Club
ligado, né?
summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an
Não vi nada.
invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
É louco.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
É, mano.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr.
There has been quite a battle here.
Cara, é bom.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Eu vou comprar pro Mr. Mal o chapéu do Indiana Jones, eu vi já lá, ó, ele. Chapéu lá, esqueci o nome da marca, tem a marca lá, mano. É, fazer live com ele aqui de boiadeira ainda, Mr. Mal. É, Mr. Mal. É, vai ficar da hora em mim. Ah, meu amigo, só final do ano isso aí, Mr. Mal. Final do ano ele tá aí, vai estar o God of War pra você aí. O Nitidal vai lançar talvez em julho aí. Não vou lançar esse Nitidal no final do ano porque vai trazer de novo o God of War novo lá, tenho certeza pro PC. Certeza. Primeiro vão trazer esse novo aí, o que foi pro PC, pro PlayStation. Depois eles vão trazer a trilogia já, eu acho, né? É, dá quantas horas ele? Quantas horas ele? Vou jogar aquele jogo que eu tô jogando lá, os três lá que eu tenho, lá da mesma produtora. Tem que fazer um final diferente, eu deixei os caras morrer na história alguns lá. E o pior é que eu não tenho como eu voltar no final só, tem que jogar o jogo tudo de novo, meu amigão. E fazer as ações tudo de novo, aí eu tô ferrado. Pra lembrar isso aí. É da hora, não dá boi o jogo, não dá boi pra
It's
você.
locked.
É, você pode ir lá salvar e voltar onde você parou, não funciona assim o jogo. Joga, tem mais prazer, o joguinho é da hora. Não, mas depois eu vejo o vídeo lá no YouTube, fazer um final diferente. Tá faltando o penúltimo jogo lá. Qual que é o penúltimo jogo? O penúltimo jogo eu não tenho. Tá muito caro. Tá a promoção lá na nuvem lá de série bronze e ouro, aí vem 2 jogos em um, você paga 70 contos em 2 jogos lá, lá eu peguei lá. A promoção lá é boa, hein? Aquela promoção foi boa. Aí eles fazem promoção lá. Falei pro Jonas pegar aquele jogo que ele pegou lá do Samurai, ele pegou na Steam, né? Aí, ó. Antes. Sai, cara. Ele é afobado, filho. Ele é afobado. Ele não pesquisa, não vê nada.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garda Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William
passou aí, ó.
Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Olhada aí.
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to
Como é que
testify
é?
with your blood.
É, tem, mas você tem que investigar aqui também, tem investigação, Adriano. Falando aqui, ele é o líder dos vampiros, esse cara
I
aí.
know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but
Tá investigando o que tá acontecendo
of our nation.
em Londres aí. Uma epidemia. Tá provocando. Bonito o jogo, bem da hora, o clima, o ambiente, eu gostei pra caramba. Pode pra você enfrentar também, tem os lobisomens que você enfrenta aqui os negócios. Mas ele não é mundo, ele é um mundo aberto, mas por capítulo. Eu tô no capítulo 4 ou 5, depois você volta pra você voltar lá e eu não lembro. Mas passando os capítulos, mostra ali que capítulo você tá do jogo, eu já não lembro. Legal ele.
Delightful.
Entendi.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club.
Aparece, concluído o capítulo, lá vai pra outro capítulo.
Place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
É o ambiente do jogo, é muito foda fazer. Programar os anos 1800 e pouco aí, amigo. É fácil não. Investigar os caras aqui também, ó.
How does it
Descubra alguma
feel to
coisa
be this
deles.
evening's centerpiece, figuratively?
Eu posso ler a mente dele também, eu posso ler a mente dele, mas ele é um vampiro, eu acho que não permite ler a mente de vampiro
Do
com
not be
vampiro.
alarmed.
Todos
The
humanos.
Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you not afraid?
Vou trazer pra jogar depois, qualquer hora, Adriano, o Castlevania Shadow, Lords of the Shadow 2 lá,
I
mano.
joined the club in the
Tem que apagar o save do jogo, mano. Tem que achar o save dele na Steam pra me apagar, pra começar do zero. Que não sei quem começou a jogar ele, meu sobrinho ou Jaime na época aí, tem que apagar.
It's not the nature of
Tem
this
como começar o novo jogo.
secret shared by
Não dá, eu acho, não permite.
Dr. Reed.
Tem que
I
salvar.
have spent
Tá,
years
primeiro salvar no
with a
jogo.
fortune precisely to gather that kind of
E
information.
ele é massa pra jogar, cheio de bot pra se enfrentar, mano. Muito foda ele. Já fiz os dois primeiros, já fiz dele.
membership.
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must.
Não permite, não permite.
This one is my favorite.
Vou ter que apagar lá, achar o. Tem uma numeração lá.
What can you tell me
Essa
about?
numeração pra apagar.
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his.
Mafia 3 meu tá bugado mesmo, não consigo fazer as missões mais, é foda. Tá voltando toda vez a missão quando abre o jogo de novo.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes,
Vou fazer isso amanhã se der.
I have been for many years. and will be.
Eu falei pra galera, sinto muito, não dá pra... Ah, se apagar, vai começar tudo do zero de novo, né? Aí pega mais tempo pra isso aí.
Consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is
Porque ele
slowly
não tá reconhecendo na nuvem, mano. Tá dando erro na nuvem.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear
É
that.
do COD, é massa. Eu joguei o Rebirth
I
hoje.
suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality.
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in.
Ah, mas ele é grátis isso aí
Cast
pra
out the
jogar.
ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Jogo completo, você tá falando ali. É?
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious...
Eu peguei esse Gears Remaster 1, vou fazer live dele pra você ver dublado aí, muito foda.
Money is nothing.
Peguei lá na loja do Windows.
Will to wield it. I have
20 conto, 24, não foi, Di? 24 real.
one that will save all that is essential in London.
Desconto bom ele.
Is your plan then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Complete isolation has proven effective throughout history, but the death toll has always been a high one.
I am
foi
glad
foda.
you understand the concept of
Tá jogando com o Ray Trace ligado, você viu os traços de raio, você viu pra ficar bonito as cores vivas na TV? Você viu pela TV?
Summary execution.
Why do you care?
Fica lindo, e é pesadíssimo o Ray Trace, mas não afeta nada aqui,
Removed from all mortal concerns.
nada.
Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Tô aguardando uma atualização que vai vir no Windows, vai melhorar muito mais ainda o desenvolvimento do PC, mano. Otimizar mais os jogos ainda.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a
Pouco eu vou
general.
andar pela cidade aqui no jogo, você vai vir enfrentando os lobisomens, os bichos lá, atirando, você vai vir dando os golpes.
Well,
Muita
not
habilidade o
a
boneco.
general, but a proud defender
Vou
of the
investigar aqui primeiro para liberar
why
essas
did you
missões, senão não
really
libera.
Straight to the point again, young Akon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
I must admit the Guard of Prewin impressed me. They must have spent years preparing.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod, all muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed, ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
We shall chase these intruders down.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Lord Redgrave is outside almost every night coordinating our defenses. Such an example. Lord Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the Prewen end their hunt.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by
Right to
an
vote
ancient
is only the
vampire.
first.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so... alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me. and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste, even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich?
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Do you need my medical attention, Charlotte?
I am fine, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my medical attention, Charlotte?
I am fine, Dr. Reed.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Remember, don't let any strangers come into your house. Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
É foda aqui, mano. Cuidado, suga pra caramba o golpe do cara em mim, eu tiro. Morder ele, mas não dá tempo de morder eles. Sugar o sangue deles. Oitão aqui, ó, mas tá sem munição. A munição vasculhando aqui as coisas, eu vou comprar a mulher que vende munição lá. Tem outro cara aqui, não vou pegar esse cara aqui agora, deixa eu pra cá. Isso, quando você jogar, você vai ver, é difícil, mano. Parte, você morre aí, bobeira. Olha aqui, ó. Posso pra mim. Tem que fazer os itens. Olha o meu level do boneco. Aonde? Aqui.
This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
Faço me seguir, tá vendo? Vou fazer um bagulho. Dá pra mim. Aqui o boneco, essa parte ainda. Basta.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture. This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent!
Peguei o boss. É aqui. Não sem nada, velho. Olha o sangue dela. Regenera a vida dela, você viu lá? Ela explodiu ainda, velho.
New stage in the disease's evolution?
Eu tenho uma habilidade que regenera a minha vida. Quer ver? Cadê? Como que é? Como é o gasto? Carregar ali, peraí. Aqui, ó. É, meu sangue regenera uns minutos, ó. Bom pra caramba, tiver pouco sangue. Fica infinito isso aqui, fica infinito. Mas demora um tempo pra carregar ali, ó. Se tiver muito cara inimigo pra você enfrentar, é ruim, mano. Não dá tempo pra você carregar o negócio. Tem que liberar mais a habilidade nele. Deixa eu ver aqui. Tem que achar uma só me salvar. Pra cá não tem nada. É quando eu vou lá na habilidade ou capítulo. Tem alguma coisa aqui em cima. Lá em cima ainda. Aqui falta alguma coisa, né? Um item. Carta.
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
That can't be true. Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
I'm currently investigating sources of the epidemic in this part of town. Do you know anything useful?
Not really, except all the Macpherson's servants resigned a few days ago. They feared becoming infected, they said.
The Macphersons? Where do they live?
I think it's a rich house near the railway bridge in the southern part of the district.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan, but please return as soon as possible.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
London has brought so much pain.
We meet again, Mr. Kimura, in a more peaceful situation.
Dr. Reed, still visiting London by night?
We must both be nocturnal animals, you and I. After your captivity, I thought you'd be more cautious.
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most frightening nightmares since I escaped that filthy jail.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
London has brought so much pain.
Bloody lady! Of course! He's done for! Steady, boys, we've got one!
I cannot enter.
Over there! There's one of them!
Get them weapons ready! We found one! We have a killer!
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for? I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher. Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just be a coincidence. I should go to her acting school.
Morreu?
One of them.
It's locked, all right. There's an open window on the second floor. I should be able to get in through that.
in front of you stands the tall queen.
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from?
Raised through hate, but I offer only love. For I have been raised through hate, but I offer only love. Who are you? You who dared enter my realm? Are you here to worship or mock me?
I'm here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah. But Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you, but I can help you. I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then, all shall die, for that was her final wish. Your people come to me, my servants, avenge! Ha! I smell your filth. Ah! Ha ha! Touché, sir. Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they share her fate? You killed my bride and save your queen, my son. On guard!
caralho, pegou, velho. Nossa, morri, velho. Que boss foda, mano, de enfrentar, galera. Viu aí, Adriano? Porra, morri, velho. Não é pra ter morrido, não, mano. Voltar da onde isso? Mostra pra mim onde tá ela, cadê? Tá aqui. Vem daqui. Mano, cadê essa entrada desse negócio? Ah, tem que matar esse. Não vai ter jeito. Vai ter. Vou abrir a passagem.
I cannot enter. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Negócio.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
My blade shall pierce your villainous heart. I smell your fear. Touché, sir. Your hand is... Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she who was once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they all share her fate?
Pegou isso, velho. Que isso?
Come to me, my servants! Avenge me! Arise and save your queen!
Ai, me acertou ainda, velho. Ah, que é isso?
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Ah, caramba! Ah, pegou, mano, caralho. Filha da mãe, bicho. Ela puxa, velho. Olha, mano. Eu não consigo. Ah, caralho. Porra, boss chato de matar, hein, velho. Eu matei, galera.
Wait.
Calma.
I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said...
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. And farewell. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Farewell, Doris.
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum!
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that Skal infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now. I cannot enter. The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt. These people want me dead. I need to leave now. So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Gangs are ruining this neighborhood, if you ask me.
City.
Galera, eu vou parar a live por aqui por hoje, tá? Obrigado a todos por continuar a live. Amanhã tem mais live pra nós aí. Valeu aí pela diversão.